Have you ever been told your depression is a chemical imbalance in your brain? Have you taken medication and wondered why it works for some people and not others? What if we have been asking the right question in the wrong place? Here is something most people have never been told. 90% of the serotonin in your body, the chemical most closely associated with mood, happiness, and emotional balance, is not in your brain, it is in your gut. So the question we should all be asking is this: why has mental health treatment focused almost entirely on the brain, while most of the serotonin in the human body sits somewhere else entirely? Today we are going to explore that question honestly, with science, with history, and with humility, because mental health is too important for simple answers. You have heard the word serotonin. You have probably heard it called the happy chemical. But that is like calling water just a thirst solution. It is true, but it misses almost everything. Serotonin is a chemical messenger, a neurotransmitter, that the human body uses to regulate an enormous range of functions. In the brain, mood, emotional stability, sleep, appetite, and behavior. In the gut, digestion, bowel movement, gut sensation, nausea, and the way millions of cells in your digestive lining communicate with each other. Serotonin is not just a brain chemical, is a whole body signaling molecule, and here's the part that should make you stop and think. Most of it, roughly 90%, lives in your gastrointestinal tract, in the cells lining your intestines. Your digestive system is not just processing food, it is running a chemical communication network so complex that scientists have given it its own name, the enteric nervous system, the gut's own nervous system, with more than 100 million nerve cells. Johns Hopkins medicine describes this as your body's second brain, and if you have a second brain, maybe mental health science needs a second look. Now, before we go further, we need to be honest about something, because this is where many viral videos go wrong, and your trust matters more to us than views. When people hear that 90% of serotonin is in the gut, the instinct is to say, then gut serotonin must control our mood. That is not entirely correct. Here is the scientific reality. Serotonin produced in the gut cannot cross the blood-brain barrier, the protective filter that surrounds the brain and controls what enters it. This means gut serotonin does not simply travel through your blood, cross into your brain, and make you feel happy. The gut and the brain each maintain their own serotonin systems. Scientists call them distinct pools, separate but related. So the correct statement is, the gut holds most of the body's serotonin, but the brain mostly produces and uses its own. This does not make the gut irrelevant. It makes the relationship between the gut and the brain far more interesting, and far more worth studying than most people realize. Most people who seek help for depression or anxiety are prescribed SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, names like Prozac, Zoloft, Lexapro. But here's what most people are never told about how they work. SSRIs do not create serotonin. They slow down the process by which serotonin is reabsorbed after it has sent its message between brain cells. This means more serotonin remains available in the space between neurons, allowing stronger, longer signaling. That is how SSRIs help many people. But even the NHS, the United Kingdom's national health system, acknowledges that it is too simplistic to say depression is caused only by low serotonin. Mental health conditions involve biology, yes, but also trauma, inflammation, sleep, hormones, social stress, environment, and factors science is still mapping. The future of mental health cannot be brain versus everything else. It has to be brain, gut, body, mind, and environment together. So if gut serotonin cannot enter the brain directly, how does the gut still influence the brain? Through what scientists now call the gut-brain axis. This is a real, documented, bidirectional communication highway between your digestive system and your central nervous system. They communicate through the vagus nerve, the longest nerve in the body, running directly from your brainstem to your gut. Through the immune system, gut inflammation can trigger brain inflammation. Through gut hormones, chemical signals that affect mood, stress, and appetite. Through microbiome metabolites, compounds produced by gut bacteria that can influence brain chemistry, and through tryptophan pathways, the gut affects how tryptophan, the amino acid the brain uses to produce serotonin, is processed in the body. A major 2024 review in Signal Transduction and Targeted Therapy described the microbiota gut-brain axis as a bidirectional system involving immune, nervous, endocrine, and metabolic pathways, and identified it as an emerging target for future mental health therapies. Science is moving in this direction. But there is still an enormous amount of serious clinical work ahead. Here is the moment in this video where ancient wisdom and modern science meet. Almost 1,000 years ago, the great physician and philosopher Ibn Sina, known in the West as Avicenna, described something remarkable. He wrote about links between the stomach, the body, and disorders of the nervous system and mind. He believed that the digestive system communicated with other organs, and that disturbances in the gut could influence what we today would call neurological and psychological function. Did not know about serotonin, did not know about microbiomes, blood-brain barriers, or vagus nerve signaling. But his broader observation was extraordinary. The brain and the body are not separate. The stomach and the gut influence mental and neurological health today. A millennium later, modern science is building the evidence base to explain what Ibn Sina intuited through careful clinical observation. This is not a coincidence. This is what happens when great minds observe human beings with full attention, not just as symptoms to be treated, but as whole, connected systems to be understood. The next frontier in mental health research should not only ask, how do we increase serotonin signaling in the brain? It should also ask, how does the gut influence the brain's ability to regulate mood, stress, and emotional resilience? Key areas that deserve more serious research include how microbiome diversity affects depression and anxiety outcomes, how gut inflammation relates to brain inflammation and mood disorders, how tryptophan metabolism is affected by gut health, how the vagus nerve can be supported through diet and lifestyle, and whether carefully tested probiotics, prebiotics, or dietary interventions can complement, not replace, existing mental health treatments, and importantly, how we can give people who suffer from depression and anxiety more tools, more options, and more dignity in their treatment. If you have ever felt that your mental health journey was not fully understood by doctors, by family, or even by yourself, you were not wrong to feel that. Mental health science is still evolving. The gut-brain axis is real. The research is growing, and the story of serotonin is far more complex and far more hopeful than simply saying your brain chemicals are off. You are not broken. You are a whole system. Brain, gut, body, mind, still being mapped by science. And the more honestly we talk about this, the closer we get to real answers. You are not alone. If this video helped you think differently about mental health, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe to You Are Not Alone, because real conversations about mental health are rare. And leave a comment. Did you know most serotonin is in the gut? We read everyone.